Hey there, I'm Elizabeth from Living Vibrantly, and I'm back with my review from day one of the 3-day refresh. And I have to start out by saying that if I'm speaking slow, this eating plan has made me feel very calm, which is a good thing. I have noticed some issues with memory, energy, my concentration and focus today at work. So, I wouldn't want to eat this way on a permanent basis, but it's just really interesting to me how what we eat affects our energy and how we feel so much. So, just to go over really quick kind of how today was structured, because I went over this in the video yesterday, but you might not have seen that. I started out in the morning by drinking a glass of water, and then breakfast was Shakeology with water and frozen fruit, organic blueberries. And then mid-morning you drink what's called Fiber Sweep, which was a little bit gelatinous. It had a citrusy taste to it. I've heard people say that they chug it really fast. I didn't find that to be necessary. I would rather drink it slow and kind of savor everything that I am allowed to consume on this plan. So, but it did definitely thicken up over it was probably about 30 minutes, maybe a little less that I was drinking it. So I had to eat it with a spoon, kind of like Jello or pudding at the end, but that was fine with me. If you have issues with texture or certain tastes, it's not like the most delicious thing I've ever eaten, but I thought it was very tolerable. I didn't think it was as bad as some people have been saying. So that was the mid-morning snack. And, these are all balanced. So in the morning, you get some carbs with the fruit and getting protein in your shake, and it has some fat in it too. So getting protein and fat to keep you satisfied. Fat helps absorb certain vitamins. So all of those are necessary. And, that's the reason for having these very specific amounts of foods, specifically dosed supplements that, it's optimized so that you can feel somewhat satisfied on this plan and not just be starving all day long. So then moving on to lunch, I had the vanilla fresh shake with more frozen fruit blended up in water. And that, it's a vanilla protein shake, vegan protein. And it has vitamins too. So basically this plan, or really any cleanse or detox, is working to, they're usually fairly low calorie. So getting enough vitamins is important so that your energy isn't sapped even further than it is from eating less. So getting vitamins in Shakeology, vitamins in my vanilla fresh shake at lunch and dinner. It's basically like a multivitamin and has a little bit of carbs, a little bit of fat as well, and a lot of protein. 20 grams of protein. So it was a shake and then a vegetable and a healthy fat of my choosing. So I kept it really simple today because we just got back from a vacation last night and I didn't have a lot of prep time or time to, think of anything too fancy. So I just did celery and almond butter. Almond butter is one of the healthy fats. Peanut butter, not allowed because it does tend to be more irritating to the body. So the shake with fruit, celery, and peanut butter for lunch, and then afternoon snack, I had carrot sticks. And sorry, I said peanut butter, didn't I? Celery and almond butter, and then the afternoon snack was carrots and almond butter. So you can see, obviously I could have eaten just the lunch and afternoon snack all together, and it wouldn't have been too much food because it's really light. But these meals and snacks are spread out throughout the day, you're getting a little bit at a time. And I think that is the hardest part for me, is I never feel like 100% fully satisfied to where I would normally stop eating. So just, stopping and not having more, just waiting for the next meal or snack, I think was the toughest part of today, just mentally. I mean, physically a little bit too, but mentally not getting that satisfaction. It'll be interesting to see if that gets better or worse over the next 2 days. But then to finish up my dinner, there's a whole bunch of dinner recipes you can choose from. You have another Vanilla Fresh shake, this time just with water, but I added, there's a guilt-free seasonings list. And so I added cinnamon. I'm just going to read to you some of the other things that are on the list. It's pretty much, it's a long list of spices and seasonings, nutmeg, cloves, ginger, cumin, paprika, coriander, chili powder, curry powder. Obviously, you're not going to add that. Well, probably won't add some of those to a vanilla shake, but you can have these with your vegetables to, with, your snack or your dinner recipe. Chili pepper flakes, Himalayan salt, fresh herbs, dried herbs, natural herbal seasoning blends with no added salt, fresh lemon or lime juice, fresh grated lemon or lime peel, pure flavor extracts such as vanilla and peppermint, apple cider vinegar, red wine vinegar, and stevia for sweetener. So there's quite a lot that you could do, especially with those flavor extracts. So I'm excited to play with that a little bit more over the weekend now that I'm home and have a little more time to just get a little bit creative with my meals. So then like I said, I had the shake with cinnamon, and the other part of my dinner was roasted asparagus with drizzled with olive oil before roasting, and then sprinkled with toasted almonds on top. And let me tell you, maybe it's because I was so hungry, but that tasted delicious. The asparagus was like just like succulent on the ends of the thicker ends, and then the tips were just roasted and crispy because they kind of dried out in the oven, and a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, and it just was really yummy. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna have an early bedtime tonight, just because I want to go to bed while I'm still feeling relatively full and not starving. And so that's kind of cool. I'll wake up early tomorrow morning, hopefully feeling rested and ready to get to work. I work on my business on the weekends, so hoping to accomplish a lot tomorrow. That's the only thing I'm a little concerned about. Will I really have enough energy and enough focus to get a lot done and be productive? But at the same time, I'm putting less time into cooking and food prep than I normally do. I don't have to take time out for a workout, so if I'm moving a little slower, maybe that's okay. The other thing is I've been pretty cold today. It was awesome to turn on that oven and roast my asparagus and warm our house up, even though it was like 80 degrees outside. So normally I run really hot. That just was something different. I'm trusting this plan and this process that it's not going to slow down my metabolism, but I guess that, remains to be seen. Kind of if I stay really cold throughout the 3 days, that might be an indication that maybe this isn't something that I really want to do again, but we'll see. And then the other thing I wanted to mention, like I said, no workout, only light activity is recommended during this program. So I did some yoga, which was awesome, outside in the heat with the sunset, and it's just nice to get back to it because we've been traveling and I'm feeling sore and stiff from, a lot of walking. We were at Disney World, but not enough stretching, no other activity, and, carrying things, pushing strollers with our nieces and nephews. So yoga definitely was the remedy tonight, and I expected to feel pretty weak because I've been I've just been clumsy, and I think it's because of eating so much less than normal, but actually in my yoga practice, my balance was a lot better than it usually is. So that's one thing that surprised me, that, certain poses that require strength and balance came more easily to me tonight, where normally I might not be able to get into them or hold them. So that's my wrap up of day 1, and see you back here tomorrow. I'll tell you all about day 2.